So you want to start metal detecting, do you? All that gold to be found. You're going to be rich, of course you are. Here's the top 5 mistakes I think every detectorist makes if you're not careful.
To be part of the team, hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so we can continue the journey forward together.
Well, I got a signal. I shan't say it's great, but this is the only one I've had in 20 minutes walking. So I'm going to have to dig it. I should have known it, really. Those friends of mine who know where I'm digging right now will know exactly what we find on here. Lots of them. Horseshoe. Well, after that horseshoe, it brings me to mistake number 1 that most people make getting into the metal detecting hobby. They decide to join the hobby for the wrong reason. It's a hobby. You don't do it for any other reason than the enjoyment of it and being with other people if that's what you want to do. Joining it for the wrong reason is thinking that you're going to find something which might change your life. If anything comes up, that's a bonus. Now this signal I want to show you, luckily I've got the sound on my remote box turned on so you could hear it. But this signal is dying to break through. You can just hardly hear that at all. It's a pip and a squeak. Some people might ignore that. Now, there's something about that tone, even though it's broken and a bit odd. Oh, that's my spade on the left side. But can you just hear that tiny whisper of a squeak? Now I'm going to dig that up, set my camera up so you can see me do it live, and I'll bet you that signal turns brighter and stronger once I get the plug out. Quite close to the camera with the spade. Hole is about 5 inches square, maybe 6. About the same width as my boulder spade that I'm using. Yep, that's jumping through now, much louder. Well, look here what it was. A massive steel horse bridle was a bit, and that made such a tiny sound because it was so deep in the end. I had to take more soil out, but that could have been anything. So even the smallest whisper of a signal, if it's the right tone, needs to be dug. And if you're not sure, just take the soil out and check it again and see if the tone changes. That could have been anything. As it happens, I don't particularly want that. Okay, mistake number 2 that nearly all metal detectorists make when they first start. Buying the wrong machine. Usually this is to do with price, but your most important piece is your detector. Get the best you can buy. You need to invest in a quality brand rather than realise you've not really got the best machine and you have to spend a second time and put it up for sale really cheap because nobody wants that sort of stuff anyway. They're all buying the better ones. Save the money you would normally spend on an expensive spade like some people do. When you're talking of 150 quid for a spade, all you're doing is digging a 5-inch by 5-inch hole in the ground. It doesn't take a great deal of money to dig a little hole. So that's my tip, number 2. Now that's interesting. 88 to 90. Got a lovely tone on that. Now you can see why I really like 99 tones. Full tones it's called. Let's dig it. Still in the hole. See if we can find it. Sounds lovely now. This bottom corner, I'm not sure if the camera can see it. Oh, it's out. Yeah, a copper penny. That was definitely a doodig. It could have been anything. Happy with that. Well, I've not found anything for the last hour, so I think it's probably best if I give you mistake number 3, in my opinion. Once you've decided which machine you want to buy and you are going to go ahead and actually join this hobby, where do you buy your machine from? Well, I'll tell you where you should buy them from a bit later, but I'm going to tell you where you shouldn't buy them from. You shouldn't buy them second hand if they're out of warranty. If, like a Deus, for example, comes with a 5-year warranty and somebody's selling you one second hand and you know the person, check and see if they've still got the receipt, because the warranty is transferable. Without the receipt, you've got no warranty. Also, never buy anything off an auction site unless you're absolutely certain that's the right thing to do. In your gaggle. Battenberg today. Aha, that's probably... got what it is. Strongbox. Aha, that's probably off a Strongbox. They're always a nice find. So many different sizes and shapes and decoration. That was just a plain one. Now, I've not been able to identify that in the field. First, I thought it was a small pocket knife. But we're on a Roman field, so it could be anything. And now it doesn't look like a pocket knife at all. Now I've cleaned some of the rusty bits off. But whatever it is, I'm curious. I need to identify that. Oh, by the way, you can see that coin ring I'm wearing. I made that from a German coin, silver, and then powder coated it in cherry red. If you want to see more of my coin art like this, there's a link in the video description. Meanwhile, I'm curious what that is. Well, that came as a surprise, but I don't know what it is. It could be a coin, it could be a button. I can't see a loop scar on the back or front, but I can see something, so I'm going to have to put that in some deionized water for a few days and then perhaps put it in my tumbler and see if it brings out any detail. If it does, I'll show you how I do that. Well, that is really strange, because whatever I found a minute ago, I found another one. But what the heck are they? Oh well, another one to be distilled and tumbled. And here's mistake number 4, in my opinion. You've decided now you do want to get into the hobby. You're going to buy a proper piece of kit, a good quality detector from a reputable dealer, and you've paid for it. Did you realise a lot of people who do that actually give up in the first 6 months because they can't get permission on land to use their detector? You just can't use it anywhere. Every piece of land anywhere in this country belongs to somebody, and you need to seek permission from the landowner, and sometimes they're difficult to find, and it's not always easy to get a yes. You can dig on beaches. You'll have to look at the Crown Estate map to see which ones you can dig on and download the permit to dig on the beaches. Now, if you're going to dig with groups and pay £10 a head and they provide the land from the owners, then they will insist you have the appropriate documents, i.e. insurance, to make sure you're fully covered. And there's one of 2 bodies which are the most recognised ones. It doesn't cost much, but you won't get on a dig without one. Make sure you've got somewhere to dig before you invest any money at all. Well, that looks like a crudely made tag of some sort. S. Wood. Definitely homemade. You know how sometimes a little silver button like that can get your heart jumping? That's what's just happened to me. I thought I'd got it hammered, sounded right. When it was covered in dirt, it looked right. It happens. Anyway, for mistake number 5. Mistake number 5 is probably the cruelest one of all. You've done everything right, you've done your research. You've joined a club, maybe, or gone on group digs, and then you don't find anything. You don't spend enough time maybe just learning the machine, talking to other people with the same machine as you, and you become disheartened and you sell it for a loss. It happens a lot. You get everything in place and you still end up quitting the hobby. If your heart's not in it, then it's not in it. But it does help if you find things. So my tip for you would be to definitely join a club. Try and avoid Facebook groups on detecting, because they really won't appreciate very much that you're a newbie and you're going to ask lots of newbie questions. They're very intolerant, and they can also be quite bullying on Facebook. Find a real life club where you can meet people in the flesh so that you don't quit the hobby prematurely. And I'm going to give you another one, a freebie. Mistake number 6 people make. Go to an event like a Detectival, which happens in September in the UK every year. Over 1,000 detectorists get together, and the most important thing is all the top respected retailers are there. Regtons are there, LP are there, Minelab are there, they're all there, and they all want to sell you a coil, so they'll all let you try before you buy, and you'll get all the best tips and advice, everything you need before actually parting with your hard-earned cash. You might also get a better deal there too. So that's my 5 mistakes most detectorists make, and a freebie. And now for my coin hat giveaway, just for you. Did you enter last time? If you did, cross your fingers, you could be winning this one. Let's have a look.
Well, I do hope you've entered again, and every Saturday I'm giving away a coin hat keyring that I've made myself from coins that have been dug up or donated by other metal detectorists. I'm using the Pick a Winner feature as part of the TUBEBUDDY software download, which is a browser extension which everybody needs. They really do. If you're a YouTuber, you need this extension. Go to the video description where you can find the link to download it. It's free to download, and there's a free version too. Now, coin hat giveaway is what I'm looking for, with the hashtag at the beginning. Don't forget that. Some people do. And if it's you that's entered, then good luck. Snap ahead 2000 Jeffers. Well done. Contact me using the form in the video description and I'll get it right off to you.
Right, there you go. Thanks for joining me. Catch you next time. Don't be a stranger, and make sure you press that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be part of the chat with me too.